Hello. Today I'm going to talk about something unique about Sun Tzu Art of War. You'll find that Sun Tzu Art of War lasted 2,500 years. And Ukraine crisis or Russia-Ukraine war provide opportunity for me to validate and test the key concepts within Sun Tzu Art of War. And here I'm going to talk about weaponry. And you'll note one thing very interesting of Art of War, that within its chapters, 13 scrolls, there is very little mention or no discussion at all on weaponry. In other words, how to use a spear, how to use, Chinese got different type of weapons and how to use the weapon and execute the weapons and so on and so forth. In other words, Sun Tzu's focus was really on principle of strategy, as well as a very high level deep thinking that ultimately you can achieve your goal but do not bring suffering to the people. And he put people as number one, far more important than politicians or kings. Now here I'm going to look at also another interesting thing is that you find that in the Ukraine the Russians have a powerful weapon too, and that is the multiple, I call it arrow, they call it rocket launcher. And you find that I trace the history of this weaponry. When was it first conceived and invented, and the idea of firing one shot, multiple rockets. And I found that there is, in China, Ming Dynasty, they call it the Sen Huo Jian. And how many arrows do they fire one time? Of course, through gunpowder, right? Look at the diagram, and you'll find that it is actually 6 times 6, 36 rocket tipped with arrow. And the Russian version that is being used in the war has got 24 of these missiles or rockets. It is line and 3 times 8. Then of course you find that the Russians, I watched Russian documentary and interestingly about the Great Patriotic War, or in the West you call it Second World War, right? And you find that the Russians, the most interesting aspect was the Kayusa. The Kayusa, in the same way, the firing of all these, rockets that goes multiply at the same time. And you find that one key aspect of the warfare today versus that 2,500 years ago is the range and the sophistication of weaponry that has been used. And I discussed earlier on the javelin, the US made javelin, it was really impressive. Then you'll note that one thing about Sun Tzu, as I said earlier, I try and reference back again to Sun Tzu, and you find that in chapter 12, Sun Tzu did devote a whole chapter, but the contents are not all about attack by fire. The title is attack by fire, or they call it Huo Gong. And of course you find that, therefore, that the interesting thing about Sun Tzu really is the art of war is the whole focus not on weapon, but on people, on human aspects of it, on the strategic thinking aspect of it, and of the leadership, what our general, and Sun Tzu has a very comprehensive classification of generals, those who are supposed to be top grade and those who are supposed to be really bottom grade, generals. Right? I have discussed with you this Sun Tzu weaponry. I will discuss on other weapons too, but the key point I want to drive home during this video presentation is that Sun Tzu focus on art of war, hardly discuss about any weapon. It's not like the German, they have a book on Panzer, and then you have the general who is very good, Guderi was very good on the use of the Panzer, writing about the art of strategy relating to Panzer. But Sun Tzu no. So the focus is on strategy thinking, and especially a focus on humanity, human beings. Thank you so much.